has been reacting to that North London derby win, plus a few other things as well. So let's get straight into that. I think you might need to refresh. Yeah, so this first one from LiveScore saying, João Palhinha made over 100 more tackles than anyone else in the Premier League over the last 2 seasons at Fulham. Spurs are getting an absolute destroyer. Look at that. Moises Caicedo, 191. João Palhinha, 300.
Win your duels. Win your duels is all I can say. We've had Are You Not Entertained? It's what we do. Now the new one is Win Your Duels.
Absolutely. And it's just something that we've needed for so long, man. Come on. Lily White Rose just showing us Mikey Moore's announcement at Rangers today. So, yeah, big up to Mikey. He's going to have a big impact there and can't wait to see what's to come for him this season. I really think it's going to be a big season for him.
Mate, we've got such a good connection with Rangers. You look at Richard Goff,
yeah.
Gaza,
yeah,
Mikey Moore. I'm sure there's a few others. Jermaine Defoe.
Yeah.
Was that right?
And all
there is a nice
little
connection. Well. Exactly. There's a nice little Spurs Rangers connection. And let's hope that that continues with Mikey Moore.
Yeah, this one is from a Korean account. Sonny, you know, we're all talking about how glum he looks and he doesn't look right. But look, he's looking very happy on the sidelines here, that's for sure.
It feels very weird actually seeing him with a camera and not doing like that.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing, Sonny? You've got that wrong, mate. But yeah, so look, that has to be the best smile in the world. And really when he's not smiling, it's not good. So to see him smiling is wonderful.
Yeah, lights up the stadium, definitely does. SZY Comps has a screenshot of Mikey Moore and Rangers' post, and Jermaine Defoe has commented on it, and he says, it's emotional seeing this. So happy for you, bro. And yeah, we know Jermaine Defoe is probably going to be kind of seeing him through this. I'm sure they'll be in a lot of contact throughout the season.
100%.
And then by a bit further down, that's just the announcement from Spurs for Mikey Moore. Look at this one. This is what Spence put on his social media after the game yesterday. Just him completely locking down Bukayo Saka in the game yesterday. Look at that.
Do you remember this
picture? This
reminds me. Do you remember the picture of Harry Winks kicking Wilshere in the face? At the North London, the Emirates.
Yeah.
It's just like that. Look at him. I'm sure he got up and started limping after this picture.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Good
he limps when he wants Bukayo Saka.
Yep.
Look at this one. This next one. This is the nutmeg from Cuti Romero slowed down. This is just mad, isn't it? That's our centre-back.
Mate, the whole thing.
Box.
I just love the momentum that he went for Romero so hard that he just got done and took out Jed Spence instead. That's just quality.
You look at that, studs up into Jed. I mean, that should be the sending off. You
know what? The more you look at it that close, you'd think that VAR, if that was in the Premier League, we're speaking about the Pape Matar Sarr for the goal. That will be looked at, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That is actually quite nasty.
Exactly. Havertz couldn't handle it yesterday. He was nowhere to be seen in the game yesterday, completely locked down. But look at these predictions from the AFTV lot ahead of the game yesterday. Cecil goes for 3-1 to Arsenal. James goes for 4-2 to Arsenal. Laurie goes for 3-1. Robbie goes for 3-2. And Turkish goes for 3-1. All of them were absolutely gutted after the game yesterday. And they try to tell us it's a pre-season. If it's a pre-season, why are you all so gutted? Or a friendly.
Exactly.
If it's a friendly, why are you all so gutted?
And we all know if the shoe was on the other foot, they would be doing that. But you know what? Like I said when we spoke yesterday, fair play to Robbie when he came on the channel and was saying and speaking well of Thomas Frank and whatnot. But yeah, they really got that wrong in the predictions, didn't they?
Yeah, they really did. And, you know, I was sitting here with Danny doing our predictions before the game. Danny went for a 2-1 loss. And I was like, what are you predicting a 2-1 loss for in North London derby here in the studio? I went for a 2-1 win, but I didn't get the 2-1 right, but I knew we were going to win yesterday.
Yeah, I went for 3-2. I went for 3-2.
Yeah.
But, mate, like we said, We won the first North London derby at Wembley, history. We won the first North London derby at the new stadium, history. And now, forevermore, when the pub quiz question comes out, who won the first North London derby outside of England? Tottenham Hotspur.
We're a team of first, Brian. That's just us.
Damn
That's
right.
Tottenham. That's our history.
Damn
Tottenham
right.
Talk saying, it's a bit weird that Gyökeres got subbed off straight after coming on. Where was he yesterday? Nobody saw him. I had to put out a search warrant out for Victor Gyökeres yesterday.
Mate, I really love him as a striker, and obviously him going there really, really annoyed me. It weren't the best performances, but I think I'm going to keep my noise down because we don't know what he's going to do during the season, and it could come back to bite us. But yesterday he was non-existent.
Yeah. This one says, winning the Hong Kong Cup versus Arsenal means more than the Super Cup against PSG. What would you say to that?
No. But what I will say, I had an Arsenal fan actually commented on our thing and actually said, guys, it's a pre-season friendly. Guys, you Spurs fans have no shame. And I was like, what, you mean like the women winning the Champions League and you claiming it bigger than the Europa League? Have no shame. PSG always beating the filth is the aim, but to go and win the Super Cup against the reigning Champions League winners is massive. Maybe not for the actual, but for the actual confidence and season going forward, that's a big confidence booster.
I saw that as well. Like someone was saying, sign of a small club when you're tweeting out lifting a trophy in a pre-season friendly. And I was like, I'm pretty sure you guys have done the same for the Emirates Cup every time you win the Emirates Cup.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, Spurs, we sometimes go mad at Spurs Twitter for not reading the room and what's going on. But when they just put another trophy for the European champions straight after we won, fair play, Tottenham Hotspur, for putting that tweet out.
Pape Matar Sarr says the North London derby is special wherever we are. Thank you, Hong Kong. And he's there showing his celebration, showing him striking the ball, showing him the celebration again, and then his man of the match award yesterday. And it seemed like everyone had their picture with that man of the match award yesterday. So big up to Pape. This one was Sonny putting the captain's armband on Richarlison yesterday. There's Richarlison and Romero and Sonny having a nice little joke with each other yesterday.
Oh, that man. Do you know what? Richarlison is such a good guy to have around the dressing room, isn't he? He's such a good guy to have on your side. It will be a sad day when he leaves for the shithousery.
Yeah. Look at this one. This is everyone's... everyone's not favourite, or everyone's worst Arsenal fan. And he says, any Arsenal team, you wear the shirt, you play Spurs, you do not lose. It's that simple. Really? Friendly, was it? I bet you after the game you were saying, oh, it's just a friendly.
Of course they would have.
And that they actually made Arsenal watch Spurs lift the trophy after the game as well.
Honestly, maybe they should have got the dog win over.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is what you're meant to do.
Yeah. This was Thomas Frank's pre-match team talk yesterday. If we can get the volume on for that one, because I loved it.
Yep.
We need to land on the second balls. Make sure you win your 50-50s. They'll be aggressive. We need to be aggressive. Make sure we're brave, okay?
So when they go long,
brilliant stuff.
It is, but you know what? You look at it. This is the difference that you'll see, and this isn't we had Ange Postecoglou, who we saw gave really passionate, emotional, like psychological, get in the head, like really passionate ones to get you motivated and run through a brick wall, which he did, and we've seen the ones. There's no doubt when he could deliver a speech. Thomas Frank's gone the other way and gone very tactical, and it's about the game. Yeah. Obviously, we didn't get to see everything Ange did. We didn't get to see everything Frank did. If Frank speaks passionately from the heart, but we knew that Ange Postecoglou could send out a rallying cry, rally the troops, and go for it from a mental kind of aspect. He's doing it purely from a tactical.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's something that we've needed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
James Black brings up the picture of Frank with some sort of award yesterday, and he says, "I always win trophies in my first season, mate." And I was thinking about it as well, like with the defensive solidity and setup that we're going to have next season, I think we're going to be able to beat some of the big teams next season. Yep. And that's going to stand us in really good stead for the domestic cups, isn't it?
Well, put it this way. How many was it? It was really poor last season. Obviously, the injuries. Was it 6 home wins all season last season in the league?
Something like that, yeah.
That's going to be eclipsed night and day. Hopefully doubled or trebled, whatever. Like you said, the defence and a solid base, if you don't concede, you don't lose. And I think we are going to look so solid in defence. We just need to get that attacking part right.
Yeah. I would love it to be trebled. If it gets trebled, we might have a season like the last season of White Hart Lane.
Exactly. But why not? Why not?
Super Spurs says, "Give this motherfucker the armband," and many of you an apology. Romero putting out a message saying, "Get ready for what's coming all together this season." And look, I probably are one of the first ones to owe this guy an apology, because there was at some point last season, I can't remember after what, I think it was after the Wolves game, where he just put in a shocking performance and didn't look like he didn't want to be there. I said, I don't want to see this guy ever have the armband on ever again. So I apologise, Kuti, because I do want to see you as captain next season. I think he's the right man for the job.
Yeah, I mean, he is a big game player. He doesn't lose finals. Mm-hmm. When he's on song, he is world class. He is simply world class. I've always adored him for what he has said about the hierarchy, but obviously, like you said, there's sometimes in his game where he's switched off or he doesn't look that he wants to be there, but it's looking like he does want to be there, and I just hope him wanting to be there means you're going to put pen to paper, because if he signs the extension, then he's got to get the armband, doesn't he?
Yeah, 100%. I need to see that contract, man. I need to see that contract.
Yep.
This one's great. Another one in the cabinet. It's beginning to fill up. Look at Arsenal's trophy cabinet. It is really starting to stack up now. They've won a few games away at Spurs. They got the We Beat Real Madrid trophy, 3 consecutive second place finish trophy. They've got the Our Women's Team won the Champions League trophy. They got the Decker's free kick trophy, St Totteringham's Day. The Jokeres Here We Go has more likes than the Spurs Europa League tweet. They've got Our Kits Are the Best in the Century trophy. They got Anne Hathaway and Dua Lipa Supports Us trophy, and most importantly, they've got more wins in a season than the Invincibles trophy as well. It's really starting to stack up there for Arsenal.
Mate, I had not seen this one, and this one's Twitter. This is great. You need to send me the link to this, because I'm going to retweet the crap out of that. This is brilliant. Whoever did it, who did you say did it?
BLTHFC.
Played, sir. Well played, or madame. Well done. That is brilliant.
James Black with those predictions from AFTV again, saying they even bottle predictions. Super Spurs saying fair play to Arsenal, the only team to go toe-to-toe with both European champions.
Well, technically we should beat PSG now, because we just beat the team that played the best in the Champions League.
Yeah, exactly.
So it should be plain sailing.
Yeah. Ayudi says Sonny refused to wear the captain's armband, but Kuti insisted that he put it on his arm. I think the actual video of that's been deleted, but there was a video showing that Son just didn't want to wear the armband, and Kuti just basically forced it on him, didn't he?
Damn right.
What do you read into that?
I think maybe I sometimes think maybe that was because he just come on as a sub. I'm not reading into that. I'm leaving and whatever. He literally came on with 7-8 minutes to play, or maybe a little bit more than that. And he was like, "Why give me the captain's armband when I hardly?" That's what I read into that. I'm not reading into that's me resigning from the captaincy. You're the man now. I think it was solely because he hardly played.
So the next one's the Romero, which we've been through. Spurs Army saying Saka limp in pre-season. The game has never been so back, and that limp was back with a vengeance yesterday.
Do you know it was? And do you know what? We've had all summer to have the banter and saying that we've won our trophy, and then what culminates that? Saka limping, Spurs winning a North London derby. It just resets and refreshes all of us for a bit more North London derby banter.
Yeah, lovely. Victor Gyökeres has recorded the worst ever debut rating in English football above the Vanarama National League. He got a 4.1 rating yesterday in the North London derby.
Yeah, he did that, and then this is why he gets the worst. Vuskovic has 10 minutes in a debut. Crunching tackle, goal assist, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And he gets 4.1.
I don't know what Brennan Johnson's trying here with Matisse Tell. He's got a bit of a ribbon that's come down from the confetti, and he's putting it around Matisse Tell's neck. What is going on over here?
He thinks it's a tape measure and getting his shirt collar size. That's why I'm going for the clean version there, yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough. A bit of shithousery and banter between Richarlison and Gabriel yesterday on social media. Richarlison was holding up Pape Sarr's Man of the Match award and also the trophy that they won yesterday, and tagged Gabriel in it, and Gabriel just uploaded a picture tagging Richarlison with his 3 Man of the Match awards from the last 3 North London derbies. I swear the only person that wanted that trophy was Richarlison yesterday.
Oh mate, he really wanted it, didn't he? Wouldn't I just wish he'd gone up to Gabriel and just lifted it in front of him.
Yeah.
I just said, here you go, you have a hold and get your weights in.
All things THFC saying Frank has unlocked a beast. Pape Matar Sarr's rating so far in pre-season: 3 goals in 3 games, 7.7 against Arsenal, 8.2 against Wickham, 6.8 against Reading. He really is one of the standout performers so far.
Yeah, without doubt. We spoke about this earlier. He has been the player that has grabbed this ball by the horns and is flourishing under Thomas Frank. And this is a position where we didn't know who was going to play, as we discussed. So well done, Pape Matar Sarr, and long may it continue.
Yeah. So all things Tottenham saying Gyökeres didn't want the smoke yesterday. This was before the game, Romero and Van de Ven. And then, funnily enough, Gyökeres only came on once Romero and Van de Ven was on the pitch, and he still couldn't do anything.
Damn right. Damn right. What a shame. What a shame. Hopefully this will be how he plays in future North London derbies.
Yeah. Arteta loves to get bitched around by our players. So cast your mind back to the Nuno pre-season when we beat Arsenal. Højbjerg squaring up to Mikel Arteta. Yep. Fast forward to this pre-season. Arteta, outside his technical area, blocking Pedro Porro from taking a throw. Get out my way, Pedro says, and just pushes him back in his technical area. Things you love to see.
Yeah, listen, I used to joke. We used to joke about Ben with Conte that he used to walk around the outline like it was a crime scene and there was a body there and they had them. This guy is even further out. I don't know how. This is a regular thing he does, and there's no consequences. Yeah. No one tells him to go back. He is constantly trying to do things like this, and not just him, but other managers. That it needs to be a thing because it is blatant taking the piss and trying to interrupt the flow of the game. But yeah, that's what Lego Ed does. That's all he can do.
Yeah, it's time someone put him back in his place, and Pedro Porro definitely did that yesterday. All things THFC saying this guy is going to be a joke under Frank, and that is Pape Sarr picking up his award. Spurs Army saying that Tottenham Hotspur win the North London derby for the first time in 3 years. Under Ange Postecoglou, we played 4, lost 4. The last time we won a North London derby was May 2022 under Antonio Conte. It's been too long. But the next step is to do it in a competitive game. We have to beat Arsenal this season in a competitive game, and I'm sure we will.
Can I just say as well, and I need to give Ange some credit here because that's wrong. He didn't play 4, lost 4. We went to the one where we drew 2-2.
Oh, that's true.
He lost 3 and he drew 1.
Yeah.
So with everything going on, give Ange, and I will say that North London derby that we drew, I thought we were fantastic that day. It was in that first 10 games. We were absolutely superb. So I get what they're trying to say here, but he didn't play 4, lose 4. He drew 1, lost 3. We should have won that one. But yeah, it's not 4 in 4.
Yeah, no, absolutely spot on. Neo THFC, are you getting the same vibes as we're getting? Look at Cristiano Ronaldo with Alex Ferguson. Fast forward to 2025, it's Thomas Frank and Mohamed Kudus.
So we're going to see how we know how Frank develops players on the pitch. We're now going to get to see closely how he is the man off the pitch and everything. And the way he prays, I love, one of my new words is going to be top. because he loves that word.
Yeah.
This is top. That is top. And I can see him having the Harry Redknapp kind of arm around the shoulder thing on it. Maybe not as flamboyant or whatever, but I think we're going to see new things with Frank that even I couldn't see. And it looks like he is really, really enjoying what he's seeing with Kudos, isn't it?
Absolutely spot on. THFC report just showing us that Richarlison shithousery for the celebration yesterday for the goal. You love to see it. Richarlison cupping his ears to the Arsenal fans yesterday. After that, we had, just like when you look at it in that shot, like how the hell is anyone missing from there, man?
Mate, from there, you would kind of think where his hand is, he maybe handed it, before it got to his head. But yeah, I don't see how you could miss. I mean, my heading was terrible. I probably would have been able to miss this quite easily. My heading was my worst thing, but I don't know how from that angle you could miss that.
And he's good with his head as well. He just didn't make a connection with it. It kind of hit his shoulder or whatever. Lily White Rose says, what a fantastic, resilient performance. Every box ticked, loads of rotation of the squad, and third straight clean sheet in public games, which is Reading, Luton and Arsenal. All the sweeter knowing that some of the Gooners that he knew sat together at the Emirates, because the Emirates put on a live screening of the game yesterday. So that must have been brilliant to see.
Yep.
And the last one that we're going to see is, this is the moment that we were talking about. Pedro Porro just shoving Arteta back in his technical area. Get back in your box, mate. Get back in your box.
Mate, I think someone should have done like a Kai Havertz challenge on Spence. Someone should just go, listen, Arteta, you're not learning. Wallop. Just slide along the pitch.
On Arteta, you mean?
Yeah, do it on Arteta. Just literally come along. Yeah, it is what it is. But Porro, the man, I love that man. How can you not love Pedro Porro?
Yeah, it's so true. So true. But anyway, that is it. That is how the internet did react to the North London derby yesterday. Some great stuff in there. And I think that is all we have time for